And the next problem is inflexible deployment. With Monolith, when deploying the application, we always deploy the whole app. There is no way to deploy only part of the application. Now, this means that even when updating only one component, the whole codebase should be deployed. The problem with that is that it forces rigorous testing for every deployment on the whole application, and that forces long development cycles. Think, for example, that you found a little bug that needs to be fixed, and that its fix includes changing a single line of code. Just one line in an application with more than a million lines of code. But this little fix that took less than a minute to handle now requires full unit and regression tests and deployment of the whole application. And this process can take weeks, if not more. And all this for a fix that changed a single line of code. I'm sure you can see the problem here. So let's look again at our application. One component at the top left needs to be changed. The change itself isn't necessarily a big one and can be, as mentioned, even a change in a single line of code. But as a result of this change, we must now test the whole application, and as a result, we find bugs in new places that, on the face of it, have nothing to do with the component we modified, but since in Monolith there is a strong coupling between all the components, this is something that can happen. So now we need to go through a fix cycle and fix all the bugs found, and of course test again to make sure the bugs are really gone, and only after going through this cycle a few times we can finally deploy our system. And all this because of a change in a single line of code. So as you can see, the deployment of a monolith is extremely inflexible and makes the whole process long and cumbersome.